What's up, gangling? It's me, Beef, with Minecraft. Today, I am saying goodbye to my 2+ year hardcore world. Now, I want to start things with going to spawn. I made a compass. I don't remember where spawn is. I was there one time, and that's when I made this world, and then I just kind of stayed in this area the whole time. So let's go over there. Oh, found it. Found it. Alright, another thing I found. The dragon egg. So, fun fact, I didn't know where my dragon egg was until right now. Um, it was at spawn this whole time. I guess it like went through the portal. That would have been nice to know. I wanted to do something fun with the dragon egg, but it's at spawn now, and I think I'll keep it there, you know? It's like directly on spawn. It's beautiful. It's where it kind of, deserves to be. I think it's fitting that we just leave it where it is now. I don't really need you anymore. Alright. So I guess 15 subscribers special. So we'll do a world tour because I think when I made the first one for the 10 subscribers special, I think I only had it for a year, and I've added a few more things since then. Not anything crazy, because I actually haven't been playing on this world this much. I've mainly done multiplayer with people, and I made a video about the villager sweatshop and everything. Like this thing, actually beautiful. Some of my best work, honestly. Um, Redstone ingenuity at its finest. It's really just the greatest thing ever. But I guess we'll just go in like order of events of things that I've built. So, first things first. This is my starter base. Now, I've kept it here for sentimental value because I think it's beautiful, and we all gotta like look at where we started from. And then like after I killed the Ender Dragon, because I killed Ender Dragon like day one of this world, just so I could like get it done. I built a little house that was like right here, but it kind of got in the way. So then I built a 1-for-1 copy of it right here. That's why there's this ugly building here. It's more fitting. And this is where I have all of my villagers and stuff. Very nice. And I'm gonna repeat stuff from the first World Tour, but I don't think anyone watching right now has actually seen that. So you don't really need to see it. Nothing happens. Uh, so then after I built the little librarian thing over here, I built this, right? I'm proud of this. It was just gonna be a room for a super smelter, right? Nothing crazy. And then I had an idea. What if we trap villagers here that work at the super smelter, and it's just more compact and efficient? And then it's just like infinite emeralds, pretty much, because you just give them iron, and I have an iron farm that I'll show later. Actually, no, we'll go there right now. Let's go to the farming area, since we're doing things in order. So here's the farming area, right? I think it's pretty nice. It's really ugly, but everything works, and I use 0 tutorials on all this stuff, so I'm proud of that. But no, that I used a tutorial. That's just a mud farm, because I didn't remember where my mangrove biome was. But yeah, I built it far away because I knew it was going to be ugly, and I didn't feel like making it pretty. On my next world I make, I'll probably make things pretty. That's one of my regrets. I didn't want to just rebuild an iron farm, because there's no point. Yeah, these are like some of the first builds I had. Very cheap. I don't remember what this is. I don't know what I was doing here. I'm gonna be honest. I think there was a plan. There was a plan at some point. Maybe. I'm not too sure what it was, but there was a plan. And that's something to go off of, I think. Alright, next thing. Alright, this tower. This is the next thing well, actually no, not the next thing. The next thing I built was this room. Because, I just feel like the forge area was kind of like it was kind of lacking. It needed a friend. So I built this little library. It has no function and it never will. There's a chest here. What's in it? Oh, banners. Alright, never mind. It does have a function. I put my banners in there. And it's got a cool watchtower. That's really all there is to it. And then I was like, let's build a tower. So I built a tower. And I think it's nice. I'm proud of the tower. I think it's monochrome. But otherwise, the shape and stuff is actually pretty cool. And we got all of this stuff here. It goes up all the way here. And if you're seeing a theme of phantoms, that's because in my last hardcore world I died to a phantom. So that's why I have this phantom altar where I make sacrifices. And then this is my bedroom. I sleep on this altar, so I'm safe from the phantoms. And I really like the banner work here. I'm proud of that. I feel like banners are underutilized. Probably because they create lag, but I'm not on a server, so it doesn't really matter. And then, I built this cool little garden. I used to have a camel named Cameron in here. I don't really know what happened to him, but I'm sure he's fine. And I built this statue of me, because I'm beautiful. And then, at this point, I was like, alright, let's keep going. So I built a kitchen, right? I think this is really ugly, I'm gonna be honest. Also, every birthday that this world has had, I've added one thing. So like the first birthday, I added these cakes. The second birthday, I added these chairs and this thing here and some candles. And then I decided to add another room. This thing here. And this is like an homage to my old hardcore world. Um I'm not gonna explain it. You kind of just had to be there to understand it, you know? Anyways, this is my storage room, and then there's down here, which I never really did anything with because I was out of ideas. And then that leads to the next thing. Actually, hold on. Scratch that. Also, look at this chandelier. And hold on, let's just get an aerial view. I'm getting sidetracked, but I like that. I think it should be more dome-like, but otherwise, I like that. Look at this. Full netherite. Every trim. Fully enchanted. Except thorns, because I don't like thorns. But anyways, as I was building this, I was running out of space, so I had to grow out. So like here, I built a grass platform. And I was like, well, we can't just have a floating grass platform, can we? So I built this wall, right? This wall, it spans a bit of ways. And then I was like, all right, well, there's a bunch of empty space inside this wall. So then I decided to create a cave. The cave serves no purpose other than it looks cool. So we got this. It's kind of inspired by Arc Aberration. If you played that map, I I think it's pretty. Also, you gotta appreciate the detail because like every single one of these blocks is hand placed. Holy lag! Oh my god, my computer's about to blow up. Anyways, oh my god. And then, holy crap! I think I'm dying. Oh, we forgot a block. Oh my god. Or I think an Enderman probably stole it. Anyways, here's another entrance that starts from here. But as you go deeper, it gets wackier. Right? We got these cool trees. I used glazed terracotta because I don't know why I used it. I just wanted to use glazed terracotta because I never have before. Then we got this cool tree down here and a bunch of dead coral. And you're probably thinking, why is there a bunch of dead coral? Well, if you go down here, there's a whole underwater portion to it with a bunch of alive coral. And then it goes all the way down here. And it would have gone deeper, but I was running out of like beacon stuff. And I didn't want to have to build a new one. So look at this. Each block hand placed. I'm just really proud of that. It's not like the craziest thing you've ever seen in Minecraft, but like I was just bored one day, so I did that and I'm proud. Anyways, so after that, I decided to build a gold farm. So yeah, I built this gold farm. It's not even like a crazy good gold farm. It does the bare minimum. It's just good for XP and gold. And I also have this frog light farm. I used a tutorial for this one, but it's pretty easy to make. Though the frogs are kind of annoying. Anyway, so I decided to like add some like houses and stuff. They don't really have any purpose. There's an enchanting table in there. Here is where I get my bone meal, because I just get seeds from here and then put it in a composter, and then it's like an actual windmill, grinding up the wheat and seeds and stuff. I thought it was cool. But yeah, we just have fields in here. I keep my villagers in here for carrots and stuff. And then I was like, I want to build some trees. So I built a few trees. I think they're cool. I built this like abandoned thing. I have a bed in here. I think it's nice. It's nice, overgrown, and then there's another building here, like a tower, that leads to like this phantom statue. But what I think is cool is like this river, you can like follow along it. And look at these cattails. I felt so smart when I made these. Actual genius. But yeah, then we get like swampier. We're in the thick of it, you know. Got a tree like climbing, like collapse thing, dome. I don't know what to call it. Yeah, each tree handmade by yours truly. And then I had it like creep up here as well, because this land was looking boring and flat. And I built some like hydrothermal vents here because I like hydrothermal vents. Oh, I forgot to mention this. So this is the second thing I built. This is the first storage system I have, Donkey storage system. I thought it was genius. Still do think it's genius. I also added some mountains because my tower is looking too tall. But these mountains, I'm gonna be honest, they kind of suck. They're not the tallest things in the world, but I think they're neat. Um, and then in here, one of my most prized things, the baby incinerator. It incinerates babies. I think it's pretty cool. I also just have villagers and this guy. Anything I would ever need from villagers, I can get here. I'm trying to think what else is there. I think that's all the things. Oh, wait, one more thing. One more thing. Last Halloween, this is like the most recent thing I've built. Uh, that's how you know it's been a while. It was like almost a year ago. I built this like abandoned house where you get like these guys. These guys don't spawn naturally. Like the drown with the jack-o'-lantern, I'm proud of that. I had to make that. And then yeah, we just got a bunch of these guys. I think they're cool. Just some rare mobs. And I also just wanted to practice building roofs. Because roofs are scary for me. I don't know why. I think I did a decent job. And that's really about it. Wait, one more thing. One more thing. Over here, there's a lot of flat land here. I had a dream to put a bunch of houses down, but I kind of just didn't want to. I lost the motivation and I still don't have it. So I just kind of finished the wall, like started it here, ended it here, and that's the last thing I've done. That was like a week or two ago. So yeah, that's my hardcore world. I'm saying goodbye to it. I don't want to play on it anymore. I want a new hardcore world. Because, this world is great and all, but there's new updates and stuff that I want to try out without traveling really far. Also, I just don't want to die on this world because that would suck. So might as well like leave it on a good note with no unfinished projects or like terribly unfinished projects. I've also just changed a lot over the years with build style. I've gotten a lot better, so like ugly things like that and that and that I won't have to build anymore. Not that they're crazy ugly. I don't think they are. I've just grown as a person. I know I can do better. So that's what I will do. Anyways, Subscribble, 15 subscribers special. I'm a bit tardy with this one. I think I'm tardy by like a year or two, or a year and a half, I think. Anyways, that's all I got. Later.